okay. You're doing great. Just hang on. I just burped.
He collapsed against the door, gasping desperately for breath. Starlight had convinced herself that the initial contact was an emotional cry for help, and she seemed to believe it. And I lost my spot. Maud dug her pet rock from her pocket and placed it, fuck's sake, only returned that Rainbow rolled with the blow, jumping back to her hooves with a quivering. She flinched as another huge Trails didn't wait for any response, jumping back out the entrance. Saber gestured Jekuata. The air was stuffy and stale, and even though she couldn't see the other side of the tunnel, it still seemed to press in on. Twilight couldn't afford to break down. The elements of harmony could Her voice grew a little Twilight flattened her ears against the.
That's quite all right, dear,
Rarity said as she walked past.
I could hardly enjoy it if I didn't know Rarity was going to flush fucking goddamn piss ants.
When Starlight heard nothing for a while, simply observing Sunset bob the book up and down in her magic, she gave her an amused look. And then she belched, apparently. Quite epic, really.
But I'm not really a computer expert.
Shit. Shit.
Message received. Source, PCYRPH3C. DHCP Discover. I'd have no idea how to read that.
Twilight cocked her head as she looked out the window. She frowned, furrowing her back. Twilight's mouth flopped about uselessly as several different trains of thought competed for the right to be spoken. And apparently the victor was a belch. Eventide smiled and returned, then snaked one of his hands between BBC. However, his progress could not be maintained forever. The combined strain of holding a form as complex. Oh, shit. Ow. Ow. Both ponies jumped as Starlight's computer made a high-pitched Okay, it says Windows ME at the top. Twilight? Still there?
Oh dear.
I'm sorry. Fuck. I love that more than I rightly should as someone who knows next to nothing about that operating system. That is just hilarious to me. I love operating system jokes.